As of this video, only one official Fire Emblem Expo has been held, which took place on May 4th of 2019 in ZEP, Tokyo, Japan. It's been described as a special nightly event organized by Intelligent Systems, which was mainly aimed at Fire Emblem fans. And even though no major game nor franchise announcements were done, it did have a ton of content and goodies for fans to enjoy. For starters, the main draw of it was a live concert in which various past FE songs were performed. Some new merchandise was revealed, such as the first set of Sane's FE character plushies that I once covered in a past video, which includes Marth, Roy, Ike, Lucina, and female Corrin, and miniature replicas of those lords' weapons. There was also an art exhibition of 3C776's original artwork done by the late Mayumi Hirota. And finally, a stage drama of Radiant Dawn called Converging Radiance and Dawn, an interlude tale, was held in which the actual Japanese voice actors of that game's characters, being Ike, Titania, Micaiah, Soth, and Soren, performed live as their titular characters. Here's a clip of it.
あなたは私と同じ。
あなたは一体。
ミカヤ！
これは煙幕？どういうこと？
今の声どこかで。
ねえ、あの子が消えたわ。
誰かに連れて行かれたように見えたな。あと俺を治そうとした時妙な力の波動を感じた。セネリオ、どうしたんだ？あの占い師、やっぱり何かあるのか？
いえ、何でもありません。
The event was a big success given a second one was greenlit and announced in November of that year. It would have also been held in the franchise's 30th anniversary to boot, so fan expectations were pretty high. Sadly, when 2020 came in, the COVID pandemic quickly took over everyone's attention and worries, thus forcing IS to cancel the event. To make up for the loss, IS not only refunded sold tickets and added merchandise meant to be promoted in the event to their online store, such as the Elwyn Tome purse and the keepsake ring replica, and quite a bit of other merchandise. Fun fact, the recording of the stage play and concert from the first Expo was put up online to view to the public due to the cancellation, which is what this video references. And perhaps most fascinating of all, they also shared scripts meant for 3 different stage dramas to be performed in the event just like before. These in particular were partially edited for the public's sake. Thanks to Reddit user BombSomeDodongos, all 3 have been already translated into English. Feel free to read them in full yourselves. They're linked down below. They're short and entertaining reads, but here are summations of all 3 of them. 3 Houses, a lively arts festival meeting. 3 Houses' stage drama takes place during Chapter 9, right before the White Heron Cup takes place. In it, Claude, along with Dorothea, Ignatz, and a very reluctant Felix, organize an opening event for the titular White Heron Cup, with Claude having knowingly picked the previous students due to their known focus on arts. At least with Dorothea and Ignatz. Felix is there specifically because Sylvain didn't want to participate and forced him to take his place. Claude proposes an archery contest and a feast. Dorothea goes with an opera. Felix suggests a sword duel, and Ignatz has the idea of an art gallery. But given they can't reach a common ground for the idea, they then switch to brainstorming what their respective classmates would propose, which also leads them nowhere. In the end, they decide to call out for Byleth for help, whom in the stage play is represented by the audience. This leads to them deciding the White Heron Cup opening act will be a mix between Claude, Dorothea, Felix, and Ignatz's ideas. Path of Radiance, a brother and sister shelter from the rain. This stage drama takes place somewhere before Chapter 7, as both Ike and Mist are returning from picking rations for the Grail mercenaries, but are forced to hide from the rain under a tree as they wait for it to end. Ike and Mist reminisce on how the latter had just gotten over a sickness and her relationship with Titania and Rolf, how Soren made Mist's medicine, and how Ike, Gotri, and Shinon had to take care of bandits that attacked the group while Grail was out to get Mist's doctor. Mist then confesses she feels awful about being a burden, but Ike reassures her that she has nothing to worry about as everyone's been in her spot once. Afterwards, Mist reminisces when they were younger. She was dealing with another sickness, and how he did his best in spite of the odds. And as Ike tells Mist he'll always take care of her just like Grail, the man he will catch up to one day, the rain finally ends. Awakening, the box the merchant forgot. In this one, Lucina and Jerome take care of a mysterious box left by a merchant from another realm, heavily implied to be Anna, who originally tasked Jerome to guard it for a bit. And as curiosity eventually leads both time travelers to check its contents, they find out it contains masks which quickly appeal to both of them. Unbeknownst to them though, they're all masks and helmets used by other FE characters, not from Awakening. These include Sirius's mask, Black Knight's helmet, and Yuritsa's mask. Jerome and Lucina accurately extract a ton of info from each one of the wearers, noting how Sirius got really bad luck with one particular woman, Black Knight's contains someone's presence in it, and how Yuritsa's oozes a grudge and a curse of sorts. Near the play's end, Jerome and Lucina find their own masks on the box, leading Jerome to remember how they're all replicas the merchant intends to sell in another realm. And as the realization kicks in, Jerome leaves in a hurry, determined to prevent the merchant from selling his masks replicas just before Lucina follows his lead, thus leaving the box behind. The concert and stage dramas were clearly the big tickets in the Expo, and I'd wager the art exhibition and merchandise were in some kind of gallery or booth where Expo goers could watch and or buy. It is great news that they considered the Expo a success, but what I'd like to learn is why they haven't come back to try again. 2020 was 4 years ago, and Engage was released in between then and now, and it would be fitting to have an official Expo with Engage's series celebratory direction. Let me know what you think down below. But that said, that will conclude today's not-so-mysterious case of the lost Fire Emblem convention. I really hope they bring this back. I sure could listen to a Fire Emblem Expo 3 music arrangement. I don't recall mentioning this anywhere yet besides in my Patreon, but I am actually moving in August. Moving is quite stressful and expensive, and it would mean a lot if you folks could check out my Patreon page. And I'd like to give a massive thank you for my patrons whose monthly pledges help me greatly when I'm not feeling the best or I'm unable to produce content. If you want to support my channel, please consider checking out the Patreon down below. The Soldier tier is just $1. A thankful shout out goes to my $15 a month Great Lord patrons, who are Based Gumi, Atsi, Verdant Pickle, Manthian, Raven King, Zythid, Kevin the Nerd, Nobu, Saxy, Arkholt, M Farmtown, Adelaide, PX44, Kelby, Kobo Redive, Silver-Haired Freak 25, Prime Fusion, Skyla, and for Muzzle. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.